Not too long ago where there was a time not too long ago where going to the movies was one of the better things you could do with your night. You could just get your overpriced popcorn, find your seat, and for 2 hours you're just...
That's the thing about, like, the expensive popcorn thing.
And you're completely locked in. Whatever was stressing you out before you walked through those doors doesn't exist anymore. The movie is the only thing that exists. That was the whole thing. Even during the Great Depression, the movie industry was soaring. Now, somewhere along the way, I don't know exactly when, I don't know exactly who started it, but the deal got violent. Because going to the movies now is not a peaceful experience. It's kind of an endurance test, and you're paying at minimum $15 to $20 to sit in a dark room with a random selection of people who have collectively decided their individual experience matters more than everybody else's combined, and you just have to sit there. So today we're breaking down the worst things about movie theaters right now. Let's go. And there's no better way to start off than with the TikTok attention span couple. These two are dangerous specifically because of where they sit. Like, they always, and I need you to understand that I mean always, end up directly in front of you. Like, this shit is not a coincidence. I think the universe does this deliberately as some kind of test. The movie's been going on for maybe 12 minutes, things are just starting to develop. There's a tense scene, the theater is dark, and then suddenly, in your direct sightline, a phone screen erupts. The brightness has to be on maximum every time, and like they're signaling a fucking aircraft. The glow from that screen is filling your peripheral vision and actively pulling you out of the film you paid to see. This is 10 times worse than the CSGO flashbang. Put Trainwreck's TV getting flashbanged on the screen. This is you in the theater. Never, and I mean never, is their phone out for any good reason. There's no emergency ever. They're just scrolling. It's just standard feed activity, like someone's watching a TikTok with the sound barely muted. And you can hear the faint audio bleeding through. I don't know what it is, but people in the modern world feel like they always have to be checking something. Real life has turned into a Five Nights at Freddy's game where you're checking the cameras, except the cameras are the different apps on your phone telling you to check them. We've also very much scrutinized Karens as a society, but Karens are the reason that people are afraid to do shit like this. Like, people don't bring out their bright-ass phones during a movie because they're afraid of some Karen telling them to put it away. So, for all intents and purposes, maybe you have to be the Karen for the day. Now, I've seen people be asked to put their phone away, and they'll do it, but like for 90 seconds. They physically cannot be away from their phone for the length of a feature film. Like, they've made the decision to come to a movie theater anyway. And that part gets me. Like, they knew this about themselves, and they still bought the tickets, sat down, and committed to the situation. Like, if you know you're a phone addict, or that you just have to scroll, or like respond to a notification the moment you get it, don't go to the theater. At some point, during a quiet, pivotal moment in whatever movie you're watching, you'll catch yourself staring at their screen instead of the actual movie screen, and you'll realize you have no idea what's been happening in the film for like the last 10 minutes. Then you realize the collateral damage this person has done. It's quite brutal. Moving on, we've got the snack concealment family. Now, I gotta be honest with you, this is like a rare moment of moral complexity in this video, because I cannot fully be mad at the snack concealment family, because Walmart popcorn is $2 and the movie theater is charging $15 for the same volume of popcorn in a bucket with a cartoon on it. So this family just looked at that math and said absolutely not. But I will say, it doesn't stop like at a bag of M&Ms. Like, you do have people bringing in full Chipotle bags stuffed into backpacks, candy bars distributed across jacket pockets, a 2-liter tote bag wrapped in a hoodie for insulation. Someone in this family like rehearsed the walk-in. They did not make eye contact at the concession stand, went straight into the theater door, and did not slow down. The employee scanning tickets could see the outline of something suspicious in that bag. Like, they know. They always know. The calculations on their end is that the confrontation is not worth the $12 an hour that they're getting paid, so the snack concealment family gets through almost every time. They're sitting 2 rows behind you, now eating fucking Wendy's. Like, you can smell it. Like, you're kind of jealous, but, you know, you spending $9.50 on a popcorn, and when they have a full combo meal, I mean, it is what it is. Alright, moving on, we've got the seat kicker. Now, if you've ever been on an airplane, you know these people exist, but there's something that happens to your brain when you feel the first kick coming from behind you. First, it registers as an accident. Like, of course it's an accident. Nobody would just intentionally take a seat, so you let it go. Then, it happens again. Still probably an accident. They were a kid, they're fidgety, they don't realize, then it happens again, and again. And now you're 3 kicks deep, and you're trying to work up the courage to turn around and say something. The seat kicker is almost always a kid, and that kid is almost always attached to a parent who has entered a disassociation state. It's impossible for their kid to do anything wrong. Like, if you say that they did something wrong to the parent, parent. The parent will look at the child, say their name once in like a warning
people
tone,
were
like
all
Connor,
just, like,
and this
calm.
usually carries zero
I don't
weight,
know, like,
and
where
then they'll
that'd be
return
at,
to
what
their
people
own
do
checked out
the
state.
most
The
for
child will
movies.
pause for 90
Like,
seconds.
remember, like,
The
what they used to
kicking
do,
will
like, for
resume.
the
Moving on, we've got the
Minecraft
late
movie,
arrivers. 15
the chicken
minutes of
jockey
trailers.
stuff,
15 full minutes
Yeah,
of
that
movie
was-
trailers, and then you also have 15 minutes of random ass ads before the
I know that
trailers
was,
where they
like,
show you the
terrible.
movie theater's own branded content. 30 minutes of buffer time built in
Just
specifically
squeegees
so
just
that
throwing
if you're
popcorn
running a little
for
behind,
no
you can
reason.
still catch the actual film. It should
Just throwing
be
popcorn
physically
in the air,
impossible
just
to be
like
late
this.
for a modern movie, and yet
Just doing
this
the
movie
most.
has been going on for 20 minutes. Real plot
just
is
go to
happening.
the theater,
Characters
please
are
sit
being
down,
developed, and from the
just watch
back
the
of
freaking
the theater,
movie,
you hear
then
a
leave.
door
Like,
swing open, and a
please.
group of 5 people start making their way down your row using their phone flashlights,
go
which
to
they
the
are
movie theater, like,
roughly at eye
now,
level, which means you are getting
and it's like,
immediately
dang, like,
blinded
you really
during
just
the
went
most
to go
tense
see, like,
scene
an
so far. They have not
underwhelming
found their
movie
seats yet. They're
for a
checking
movie they didn't
tickets.
live up
They're
to
second
the
guessing the
expectations,
row,
so it's
and by the
like,
time
man.
they finally sit down, the moment is completely gone. Like whatever
It's
the
like it was
movie
a
was
waste of
building
your
up to has
time.
been dismantled by
Like, it's like,
this
you
group
feel
of
like
complete
this movie,
hooligans.
like, should've
Also,
been,
these
like,
people will
straight
have
to DVD.
full volume conversations about
Or
what they
this
missed
was like,
trying
man,
to play guessing games with each other
this
as
was
to
a
what
great
possibly
movie. Can't wait
happened
to see
while they were
part two.
late. Either get to the movie
And
on
then it
time
turns out they
or
don't make a
just
part
take
two.
the loss and watch it at home. Moving right along, we've
man.
got The Clappers. Look, I understand it, like emotionally, I understand it. You've been invested in
yeah,
a
and then you have the
franchise
people
for
that'll, like,
years. The
clap,
character does something
like,
incredible.
when a
It's a
heroic
genuine
moment happens
cinematic
every
moment,
time they
and
do,
your
like, some
body
sort
just
of reference.
responds. Like I get it, but
Like,
bro,
they'll
the
start
clapping,
clapping or whatever.
like the standing ovation, the cheering at
And,
the
like,
screen,
applauding,
like the
like-
actors are there. They're not there. Like Robert Downey Jr. cannot
movie
hear
clapper
you.
that
The
starts
version of the
clapping,
story
like-
that you're watching was locked
sometimes
and
it's just one
exported
person
and
and
shipped to
then
this theater weeks ago. Whatever you do in
It
this
starts off
seat
with
is
one
not
person,
going
and
to
then they all
reach them.
just, like-
You're applauding a projector screen.
And then
the
they-
clappers do not do
everybody
this
starts
once. Like
clapping.
they'll do
You're
it
like, why are people
throughout the
clapping?
movie. Like every heroic moment,
But
or
again,
every
yeah,
time they do
none
like
of
a
this has ever
reference to an
happened.
earlier
Every time
movie,
I
or
went
like
to a
when
movie
Deadpool
theater,
winks at the camera,
it's
they
mostly
start
chill.
clapping. Do not get me started on the post-credit screen
Yeah, I don't
after.
really go
The
to the
person
movie
next to you is
theater
literally
like that.
trembling. The funniest version of this is when
'Cause,
you're
like,
watching
movies
a
are not
movie and the
worth
clappers
seeing in
start
the
clapping,
theaters.
and like not everyone in the theater
For me,
joins in,
for
so
me,
it's just like
honest.
6
There's
people
there's
clapping
some
in a
people
room
that
of
probably go to
200,
the
and it
theater,
just fades out
and every time,
awkwardly
like, a
after
movie
about
drops,
4 seconds. You'd think the
and
silence
it could
would be a
it could
cue
be
to
a
the
completely
clappers that
trash
maybe
film,
they're a
and
little
they'll
out of
still go
place,
see it.
but they're completely
Like,
unbothered
it could,
and
like,
planning
be
on
so
doing
trash,
it
like,
again.
it doesn't
I think
even look
movie
good in a
theaters have to
trailer.
understand that with all the
Even though
options
your
out
film
there
looks
for consuming
terrible,
media, they
your
have
film
to
doesn't
step
even
up
look
their
good in
game
a
a bit and
trailer.
compete
Like, it
better.
looks
Because the reality
bootleg,
is most people
just
would
doesn't look
prefer
like
to lay in
anything
bed or on
exciting
their
to go
couch
see.
and watch something on Netflix than
Or it
actually
just
go
looks
to
like
the
a bunch of
theater,
slop.
have to risk some idiot on their phone the whole time,
Like a
and
movie
be out
that you've
$30 the
seen
moment they get thirsty or hungry.
already
Now,
just
even though these issues are
rehashed
prevalent,
with a
if the
new
movies
actor,
themselves that
actress.
were dropping were insanely good and only available in theaters, then people would go. But I feel like shit just hasn't been that good in the past few years. Like, yeah, Oppenheimer
Yeah, man,
was in
I like
2022.
movies,
That movie
too.
was okay. I'm sure
But the
there's like
thing
one
is,
good
it's not
movie
really
a year
worth
that I go
going
and
to the
see.
movies every single week and every single time a movie comes out, because movies are not good like that. I mean, I don't want to say like good like they
gotta
used
say,
to be.
there
I don't
should
know.
be bangers every week, and they're just.
I mean,
isn't.
yeah,
I
but
like movies, and I
not-
like
it
having
was-
an
they
excuse
weren't
to leave
good,
my
like-
house, like the theaters.
like
but
every
Hollywood
week
needs to
though.
step it
Like
up.
every movie that came out back then wasn't like a banger movie where you just had to be there. You just had to like go to the movie theater. You know, like I said, it was definitely 100 times better than now, but it wasn't like every week. So of course he's exaggerating, but yeah. Yeah, it's just like now it's just really not worth the time just going to the movies like that anymore, because the movies just be just underperforming, just underwhelming, boring. Sit there waiting for something to happen, a plot twist, just something, and then nothing happens. Or just like literally an action, even with action movies, like they just kind of, I don't know, like they just like lost it. Like they all feel, to me, like action movies, like they all feel the same. I know I'm ranting, but like action movies, like they all feel like there's nothing different to like differentiate that's different than the other film. When you watch an action movie, it's like they all have like the same like action fighting scenes, like the action sequences, like everything just feels like rehashed, just like with a different actor. Whether it's a Liu Kang, a Caucasian dude, a black dude, muchacho, they all feel the same. Like it all feels the same. All of them. Like they all feel like fake like these fake Jackie Chan type movies, or just some boring, like, I don't know, Arnold Schwarzenegger type of movie. Like, Hollywood has to do better with films. Like, altogether. I don't know, like, they're just, like, action movies are not really, like, worth watching. To me, I've not seen, like, one good action film in a while. In a good while. Same thing that goes for horror movies. A lot of people said that Obsession movie is, like, the best thing, like, the best horror movie. I haven't seen it still, so I don't really know. Yeah, but oh yeah, and I also heard that that movie was made, that Obsession movie was made by a YouTuber. It grossed like, what is it, like 100 mil? It grossed 100 mil or something like that. That's crazy. That's insane. A YouTuber's doing numbers more than Hollywood. Hollywood, y'all gotta do better. I don't know, let me know down in the comments section. Is it the best horror movie or is it not? Let me just go ahead and finish this video.
Like, that movie Obsession was made by a YouTuber and it cleared like $100 million, yielding a 100x return on the budget. Like, that's insane. You're telling me that these massive studios can't do the same thing? Like, I just find that hard to believe. Anyway, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If there's any movies you guys would recommend that I watch from literally any time ever, I'll check them out if I haven't seen them already. Follow me over on Spotify and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys all later.
Thank you for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe. See you next time.